Hello, my name's Brandon, and today we're going to be going over the next 30 kanji in our list on Anki. We're going to be going over kanjis 91 to 120 today, and we're going to be starting with the kanji for spot. This uses the fire radical, which can also be represented as four little dots, like that, specks on the bottom. The mnemonic for this one that a lot of people use, or the story, is the witch was burnt on the spot. It looks like someone kind of getting burned in the fire beneath, like cremated. The witch was burned on the spot when she was discovered for sorcery. The kunyomi is going to be tsukeru. Let's double check that. Tsukeru is going to be the kunyomi, and the onyomi is going to be 10. We found a few onyomi with 10 as well. So 10 means spot or mark, and tsukeru means to turn on or to switch on. The next one is going to be the kanji for round, which uses the kanji for 9 and a little swipe there. I just kind of remember it as the top of a 9 is round, or it's almost it's full. It's the full numbers up until 10 if you count the decimal. If you're going from 0 to 9. That's the way I like to look at it. It's going to have maru is going to be its kunyomi, and its onyomi is going to be gan. So gan means fishball, meatball, pill, like some sort of ball, and maru means circle or entirety. The next one we're going to look at is mingle. This uses the hat radical and the father kanji. So if you think when your father puts on his hat, all of the fathers go and mingle together with all of their top hats. That's kind of how I like to look at it. The kunyomi for this is going to be majiwaru. And majiwaru means to cross or to intersect, to join. And the onyomi for this is going to be ko. And they've got koban, which means a police box or a small neighborhood police station. Next one we're going to look at is ray or light. And it just kind of looks like light coming out of the top of this thing here. It's got quite a few parts in it. It's got the kanji for esteem or further sum. We're not really going to learn that right now, so you don't have to think too much about that. And then it's got the radical for legs and one. So I just like to think it looks like rays coming out of the top. Very similar to the color red, but not quite. It's going to have hikaru is going to be its kunyomi, and its onyomi is also going to be ko. I guess ko is used a lot in Chinese, or at least the old Chinese. I think a lot of these are borrowed from old Chinese. Next one we're going to look at is the kanji for angle or corner, square. This one has the parts for radical of horn. I guess a horn is angled, so you can think of it like a horn. I just kind of like, it looks like this is an angle coming down here into this thing. Also kind of looks like month. I guess that's another part that they say that it has. Kado is going to be its kunyomi, and its onyomi is going to be kaku. So kaku means angle, and kado means corner. The next one we're going to look at is plot, and this one has the radical for speech and the the radical for 10 as well. So the kanji on the left there is going to be for speech. I like to think of this as that kind of looks like a cross, and you think of like the plots of religion or something like that. Not to say that religion is bad or anything, but I just like to think of it like that, like the Crusaders, the plot of the Crusades or something like that, something ridiculous. If you look at the kunyomi here, it's going to have hakaru is going to be its kunyomi, and K is going to be its onyomi. Got K right here. So K is going to be a plan, meter, measuring device, and hakaru is going to be to measure or to weigh. So one of them is the actual measurement, and the other one is to measure something. Next one we're looking at is straightaway or honesty, frankness. This has the radical for I, and a little box right here. This one I kind of just remember it. I guess what you see with your eye is straight away, or frank. The frankness of what you see cannot be filtered, or something like that. Tadachi ni is going to be its kunyomi, or its main kunyomi. It's got quite a few here. And that's going to be at once or immediately. So if you say tadachi ni, that means like immediately. And I believe this is choku. Yeah, choku is going to be its onyomi. Next one we're going to look at is line or track, which is going to be sushi. Or suji, sorry. It's got two little things there. Suji is going to be its kunyomi, and sen is going to be its onyomi. For this one here, it's got a lot of different parts in it. It's got water, thread, little, white. So I think of it like the white little thread is like the track. Maybe even the track of water. You could think of like water pouring down. But this is specifically used in train tracks for railway systems. Next one we're going to look at is dart. It's going to have the radicals for heaven and the just little slash right there, or slide. Its kunyomi is going to be ya. Its onyomi is going to be, I believe this is shi, but I'll check just to make sure. Yeah, shi and ya. So ya means arrow, wedge, shock. So if we look at this, the mnemonic for it, or the story that I like to create in my mind, is that of like Zeus throwing down a dart or a lightning bolt from heaven. So, or even if you think of heaven and then the rays of lights, the darts, the arrows of light coming down from the clouds. The next one is going to be weak or frail, and it's got the radical for bow, and it's two broken bows. That's what the other little radical right here. Two-stroke water radical, but in this one it kind of looks like the bow is broken. Its kunyomi is going to be Yo white, and its onyomi is going to be, I believe this is Jaku. There we go. My bad. Jaku. This one, yeah. So two little broken bows is weak. They're weak bows. The next kanji we're going to look at is the kanji for strong, and this one is made up of a few different parts here, but we're going to see bow and bug. Those are the ones that I focus on, because I think that a bug would have to be very strong to pull a bowstring. That's how I remember that one. The kunyomi for it is going to be tsuyoi, and the onyomi for it is going to be ku. Let's take a look at this, actually. I want to make sure I get this one right. Kyo. That's what it is. My bad. Kyo. So if we look, tsuyoi is going to be strong, and kyo is going to be a little over, more than. The next kanji on the list is tall or expensive. I just think of this as like, it's a bunch of things stacked up. There's an enclosure here, but there's quite a few different parts, hat, but it just kind of looks like a bunch of stacked up objects. So I think tall or expensive, high. The kunyomi for this is going to be takai, and the onyomi for it is going to be ko. Ko is high school. Takai is tall, high, tall, expensive. This one is going to be same or equal. It kind of just looks like an equal sign, but that's kind of how I do it. It's got a mouth, it's got enclosure, and it's got one as its components. I just kind of remember it. It also kind of looks similar to the kanji for what, but it is not. It is the kanji for equal or same. The kunyomi for this one is going to be onaji, and the onyomi for it is going to be, I believe this is do, but I could be wrong. Yeah, do. And onaji is the kunyomi. Next one we're going to look at is parent, and it has a few different symbols. It has the symbol for stand up, tree, and sea. I like to think of the stand up and tree just as the kid, and then the parent is the overseer of the kid. So that is the parent. The kunyomi for this one is going to be oya, and the onyomi for it is going to be shin. let's just check to make sure here that I am correct. And I am in fact correct. So Oya means parent and Shin means intimacy. The next one we're going to look at is the one for mother. And this kind of just actually looks like a pair of boobs if tilted sideways. It's got it's its own part here, and it's going to be haha, wawa, and bo. So wawa is mother. Not to be confused with okasan, which is also mother. This one is for father. And this one kind of looks like the eyebrows and then the mustache over the nose, if you think of it like that. The onyomi for it is going to be, let me remember this one, fu, and the kunyomi is going to be chichi. Oto-san would be the actual word for father, but the next one's going to be elder sister, and this has the symbol for market. That's the symbol on the right, and the symbol on the left is the symbol for woman. So the woman who is old enough to go to the market is the elder sister. The elder sister is the one who goes out and buys things during the day. Awa is going to be the kunyomi, and the onyomi is going to be ane, my bad. Ane. I don't know why I thought that. I was confused. And the onyomi is going to be she. So we've got one-san. The next kanji is going to be for elder brother. And I like to think of this as these are the legs and this is the mouth. Those are the two radicals here. And it's kind of the sibling with the loudest mouth who walks around talking all the time is generally the older brother. He's the one who walks around and tells all the other siblings, I guess, what's up. K is going to be the onyomi, and the kunyomi is going to be ani. Aniki would be older brother. The younger sister is going to have this symbol. This is the symbol for bow. I kind of just remember this one. I don't actually have a mnemonic for it, sorry. I'm sure someone out there has one if you want to look it up. The kunyomi for it is going to be ototo. So ototo is younger brother. Oh, this is younger brother, my bad. Sorry. I think I said younger sister earlier. I did not mean that. I meant to say younger brother. If I did say younger sister. I don't actually remember. But this is younger brother, which is ototo. And te is the onyomi. The next one is younger sister. And this symbol on the right here, this kanji, you don't need to necessarily remember it, but I think it's helpful for this, is not yet. That is the kanji for not yet. So something that is not yet a thing. And the one on the left is obviously woman. So the mnemonic for this is not yet a woman. The kunyomi for this is going to be imoto. So imoto is going to be younger sister. And yeah. The next kanji on the list is going to be oneself. This kanji has the radical for eye. So it looks like the eye, but with a little thing on top, kind of like white. So the mnemonic for this one, I just kind of think of it like white with an extra layer. That kind of helps me. You could also think of it like eye and then something like the eyes or the windows to oneself or something like that. The kunyomi for this one is going to be mizukara, and that's going to mean oneself. I'll have to eventually work on pronunciation and make some pronunciation videos. I'm basically, my second language is French, so I'm basically just kind of trying with a French accent. And that seems to kind of help me with some of the sounds. Shizu... Shizukara. I don't know why they put the period here. It messes everything up. Maybe it means like it could also be without that or something. Like it goes with, or sometimes they drop the last one. I think that maybe is what it means. Sometimes they drop the last symbol. And then G, I think, is this? Yeah, G. So G means self, and Mizukara means oneself. The next one we're going to look at is friend, which is Tomo. So Tomo is friend, and it can also be, you and Tomo. So there's a funny mnemonic for this one. It's that guys, to show their friendship, grab each other's crotches. So if you think of this as like the crotch, they're like grabbing. I never actually used that one, but I read that one recently, so it's kind of funny. And yeah, so some people use that. Next one we're going to look at is body. For this one, I think it looks like rest, but with a book. So if rest is the substance of your body, then a book is the substance of a tree, if that makes sense. It's kind of a weird way to look at it, but that's somehow. When you create your own stories for these, they somehow work better than the stories that other people create, I find, a lot of the time. However, sometimes the other people's stories help me, but so it's always good to try to create your own and know which one works the best for you, and try to, whatever comes to mind, try to lock onto that, because they can really help you. Because the other person's story, or the story that I've seen other people use, is that it looks like Mr. T, and Mr. T works on his body, but that one doesn't really work for me, so you can kind of choose or figure out your own one. Karada is going to be its kunyomi. And karada means body, torso, or trunk. And I can't remember what this one is. Tai. Tai is going to be body or physique in the onyomi. Next one we're going to look at is fur. This is its own radical. It actually kind of looks like hand, but flipped the other way around. And for me, it just looks like a feather. Like, you know, a feather has those things that come out of it. So it just straight up looks like a feather. Its kunyomi is going to be K, and its onyomi is going to be, I think this is Teu, but oh no, Mo. That's M. Those katakana, they always mess me up. Mo means 1,000th, so it's like really thin. I guess thin like a feather or a hair. So that's more like the measurement of a hair. And the kunyomi is going to be Ke, which is hair, fur, wool, down, plumage, feathers. The next thing we're going to look at is the head, or counter for large animals. This actually kind of looks like neck. We'll go over to neck, actually. Is neck here? Or do we already look? No, this is neck. Here we go. If we go over to neck, for the next two, this kind of looks like neck, except it's flipped upside down. I don't really have it looks like 100 too, or like it kind of looks like Yaku. For this one here, I don't really have a good mnemonic, except it kind of just looks like maybe a neck with the head up top. But these other two are going to use that one. So we'll come back to neck. But this actually just kind of looks like neck, but the two little things are on the bottom rather than the top. Their part is going to be page or leaf, I guess. That's what that means. So if we look at this one, it's got a lot of stuff in here. It's got page or leaf and beans. This one I just kind of remember, to be honest. I've seen a couple different things. Nothing really works for me in terms of the mnemonic. I just kind of remember it, but I always think of that as neck, and then this is the head attached to the neck. Its kunyomi is going to be atama, and it's going to be to for the onyomi. Next one is, again, it's going to use that neck, or that page thing, kanji. Page or a leaf. And this one is going to be face or expression, and it also contains a few other symbols here, quite a few radicals. Again, this just looks like the neck, and then this just looks like a face for me. I just kind of make that distinction in my mind. The kunyomi for it is going to be kao, and the onyomi is going to be gan. Next, we're going to look at the neck again. So this is going to be kubi. And for this to remember it, yeah, we just, like I said before, it looks like an end, and I believe this is show, but it could be shoe, not show. Gotta remember those, kind of gotta drill those in. Next one we're gonna look at is heart, and this actually looks like the main artery of the heart with the 3 valves on it. That's how I remember it. That one actually works surprisingly well. I read that on the Anki app, actually, so that's where I get a lot of the mnemonics for, and then a lot of my makeup as well. It's kind of a 50-50. It's going to be kokoro is going to be the kunyomi, and kokoro means mind, heart, spirit, the meaning of a phrase. And the onyomi is going to be shin, which is heart. This one's going to be time and hour. So we've got the radical for day and the kanji for Buddhist temple. If we grab... Is it going to let me... No? Okay. We're just going to duplicate this, and I'll show you. Oh, I just misspelled Buddhist. Duh. Yeah, so this is Buddhist temple. And if you look, this is Buddhist temple in day. So I like to think of the Buddhists have their sundials, and they, like, dictate time or invent time. So they're the timekeepers, I guess. Maybe think of, like, Doctor Strange or something like that. I know that isn't entirely accurate, but that's how I remember it. Toki is going to be the kunyomi, and I believe this is G, but I want to make sure, because shit, and the other one always mess me up. So that's going to be G and Toki. Toki. So Toki means time or hour, and G means hour or clock. Now, when we were looking at time, they'll say like G a lot. So they'll be like Niji, and that's like 2 o'clock or something like that. So you'll see the onyomi when you actually study phrases and sentences. Next one we're going to look at is weekday. And this is a few components in it. It's got the component for day, so that's easy to remember, the day part of week. It's got the component for bird, which, I don't know, maybe the bird like crows at the beginning of every day or something like that. And then it's just got this this radical here. It's not actually kanji. So with this one, I just like to think like maybe this is the sectioning off of the days and then of the week, and then this is the day. So that's how I like to remember that one. And that's going to be it for this video. Tomorrow we'll go over kanji 121 to 150. We're really speeding through these fast. We'll probably eventually have to slow down when we reach the harder ones, but for now we're just going to keep trucking on ahead. Keep looking at your Anki. Keep doing your flashcards every single day, and I'm sure we'll know 2,000 kanji in no time. Well, I mean, I think it'll exactly be like 6 months or something, but we're going to try. This is Brandon signing off.